Hi, welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, yes, we're still freezing our backsides off in the RCKicks HQ as the boiler's still broken, but hopefully this afternoon it may get fixed and then I can thaw out a little bit. Now this video is because of you. Now I did a video a few days ago on the worst RC that I've had in a long time. Oh, future editing Gav here. You're better off going and watching the review video first if you haven't before carrying on with this video, because you'll get to understand what's wrong with it and what I'm trying to fix in this video, if that makes any sense. Right, back to it. A lot of you commented on that video and you seem to really like it, and a lot of comments came back, yes, but can you make it better? So in this episode, I'm going to try and make the worst RC car I've ever had slightly better, maybe. How good I can make it? I don't know. Basically, I'm going to go through all my parts bins and try to find a few odds and ends that hopefully might make this car, I don't even know what you would say, usable? Enjoyable? Now, granted, this is a total bit of fun because you'd be crazy to buy this car, then spend the money to upgrade it when you could just buy something at 10 times better for almost the same money out the box. But I thought it'd be quite a fun video to at least try. We have a saying in the UK, it's called polishing a turd. And that's what we're going to do on this video. We're polishing a turd. Right, if that interests you, stay tuned. Let's get rummaging through my parts bin and see what we can find. I'm not sure how this is going to go. Right, let's look in the parts bin and see what we can find. Right, we're going to need a new set of tyres. Yeah, that might work. Some suspension. Oh, spoilers. Yeah, that's for something else. Right, now I need to test this brushless system, make sure it works. So we'll put it in this, that'll give us a bit more punch. And I can also test this, killing two birds with one stone, because there could be something wrong with that. But for this purposes, it will work. We're gonna need one of these and a receiver. So I think tyre, suspension, power, control. Now, I would like to put a new servo in this, but I don't have any. So if you're an RC servo manufacturer, get in contact, because I could really do with some servos, and I haven't got the money to spend on buying servos. So reach out, we might be able to do some promotion. Right, I think we've got everything we need. Let's get the spanners out and see if we can make this a little bit better. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of these god-awful rims and tyres. Now, I've borrowed a couple off my Slash, my two-wheel drive Slash. These wheels are much better, super soft, a little bit smaller, so it's not going to put quite as much stress on the actual car as well. And they fit really well and they clear all the arms. Not only that, but these Slash rims and tyres are half the weight of the original kit ones. And that's really going to help the way that this car drives. Now it looks a little bit oddball, I grant you, but what I did later on is I lowered the body mounts and brought the body down lower into the car, which definitely improved the looks. Right, now we've changed over the wheels and tyres, it's time to get rid of the worst suspension ever put on an RC car. Luckily, I went through my parts bin and I found some shocks that are going to fit pretty well. I've got to take out the mounting balls so that I can fit the new shocks to them, but that's super easy. Also, I've got to fill up the new shocks with oil. I had to have a few guesses at what kind of weight to go for, but I ended up putting 30 weight in these. So that's the front done, and as you can see, it's a lot better than the back. So all we've got to do now is repeat on the back, exactly the same as what we just did on the front. Swap them out, take off the mounts and fit the new ones. Super easy, and that's the suspension pretty much ticked off. Yeah, the original shocks were absolutely awful. Now that's much better, right? After the suspension's done, we turn our attention to the god-awful electronics. And yes, I've just gone and snapped my Allen key. Looks like I'll have to replace that, won't I? Right, we're going to take out the motor. I'm hoping this motor mount is going to work. I want to try and use the original pinion, as it doesn't look like I'm going to have many choices of what pinion I can install. Easy enough to put in the brushless one. Also just check to make sure that it actually meshed up okay. I ended up getting the original one off eventually, so it was a case of just change the pinion over and fit it all back in. Got some decent double-sided tape and fitted the electronics. Now obviously I'm not going to leave all this in this car, as I think I've just doubled the price of it. So there you go, after a little bit of tinkering, hopefully we've improved this RC. Well, the proof's in the pudding, so we're going to take it out and give it a bit of a bash. But obviously doing this is stupid, because there was no point buying a £110 or whatever it was RC and then putting £100 worth of electronics in it, a £30 receiver in it, and then probably another £40 in rims and tyres. That's not also including the suspension prices. Now I had all these bits and pieces already, but that's going to be another £20 worth of suspension. So you're currently looking at well over a £200 RC. £250. There's a lot of really good RCs you can buy for £250, and this, even with these upgrades, don't think really this would be my choice. But the proof is in the pudding, right? So let's fire up the battery. Also, I've put in a different battery on this one. We're running a bigger 2S shorty pack now. I've modified the battery tray to get that to fit. So let's take it back to the skate park and see, have I improved it? Is it better? Or is it just still a complete... So we're back at the skate park again. So did all my expensive upgrades actually make this better? Or is it still going to be a pile of poo? Well, it's kind of raining, but it's just stopped. So it's wet, but I'm not getting wet for a change. Right, let's see. Is it any good? Oh. Not sounding too good. Oh, the battery came out. Oh. Right, let's go see what's going on. I also took the spoiler off because I thought it was going to cause more trouble than it's... Oh, so it's stripped the motor. Yeah. Oh dear. I might be able to fix that. Let's go and find out. If I could just ask you to take 2 seconds, if you've watched the videos and you've watched a few and you enjoy it, to hit that subscribe button. 58.6% of you that watch the channel aren't even subscribed. It costs you absolutely nothing. And being that we're such a small RC channel, every new subscriber really helps the algorithm find our content and push it out to more RC fans like you. So I've managed to fix it, but basically the spur gear has been chewed up a little bit, and that was a big hit to get the battery to fall out. And I think that's part of the problem, is now I've given it more power, it's now leaning on everything else, which means I can jump further and higher, but the rest of the car just can't keep up. Now I have to say that the arms and the chassis have been holding up really well, but the running gear is now struggling, I think, but it's just about going, so we'll carry on until it dies. Oh! That's it. So what can we learn from that experiment? Yeah, don't do this. Don't make the same mistake. If you're going to go bashing, it's a whole different genre. You need to invest more money. Don't go cheap if you're going to go bashing. You need high quality stuff, and then you'll probably have to upgrade that again depending on how much you're going to lean on the car. Now this one, obviously with all the upgrades, it was much better. Yeah, I should have upgraded the servo, but like I said in the video, I didn't have one. But everything else ran really well. As a driving around, the tyres were better, having the extra power, and I had the ESC set back in its stock. It wasn't like turned up with the big punch and everything. It was all fine, but you would never put this kind of money into this car. It just doesn't make any sense. You're better off just going and buying a better quality car. So if you're going to go bashing, spend a bit more money. And to be fair, it did hold up. It did carry on. And if I changed the spur gear again, it would be up and running again. Suspension, I'd probably add a little bit heavier weight oil in it if I was going to try and dial it in again. But really, you're just flogging a dead horse. Also, what I didn't realise, the battery that came with it, I found a wire when I was upgrading it and I wasn't sure what it is. It's actually ripped it clean out of the battery, so I can't charge this battery anymore because it's pulled it from the inside. I'd have to crack this open and resolder a new wire on, because now I only have 2 wires for the balance lead. So the battery is finished, and pretty much so is the car. Anyway, thanks very much. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, there's one thing left to do with this.